live in HD from the station that brings you more West Texas news. News West 9 at 6 starts now.
At least two large and dangerous tornadoes ripped through Dallas this afternoon, leaving behind a path of destruction. Take a look.
Well, you could see that tornado tossing the trailer of an 18-wheeler around like it was a toy. There is considerable damage in the suburbs south of Dallas and Fort Worth.
Now, video of the damage from Dallas continues to pour in. Here's a closer look at some of it.
This is in our... As the tornadoes tore roofs off homes and knocked down trees and power lines, some buildings were ripped open. Right now, the damage is being evaluated.
Now, the good news here, there are no reports of any fatalities or serious injuries. As you can imagine, it's been a terrifying afternoon for people living in the Dallas area.
Yes, many of you took to our Facebook page telling us you were worried about family members who live there.
Of course, we have several folks here who work at the station who are from the Dallas area. Joining us now on the phone is Paul Alvarez. He's the father of our 6 and 10 o'clock producer. Paul, thanks for joining us. What can you tell us you're seeing right now?
Well, right now we've got a lot of lightning, rain still going on. Skies are still really dark, so we're not out of the woods yet. It's still pretty dark out here.
Now, earlier today, we understand you actually saw one of those tornadoes?
Yeah, when we were working at the alarms, every time they would sound, we'd run out just to kind of look around to see what we could see. We never saw the tornado actually touch ground. We saw it forming, getting ready to come down, and then it shot back up. So we witnessed that twice in the neighborhood we were at in Irving, Texas. And this evening on my way in, it was confirmed that a tornado did touch down not far from where we were working. And so I think, you know, in the Metroplex, we had a total of 5-6 tornadoes that touched down today throughout the Metroplex.
And that's definitely not something that's the norm there in the Dallas area. I mean, we've heard of tornadoes in the outlying areas before, but, you know, this coming so close to home for you, what kind of goes through your mind right now?
Well, I tell you, things flash through your mind real quick. I mean, here I'm planning a big old fishing trip down to South Texas tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact, and I'm thinking, hey, that's totally over with, and you don't think about that anymore. You think about your family, your home, everything that you work for daily. You know, it can be taken away in a split second, and so the devastation is it becomes surreal once you see this kind of stuff.
Now, Paul, as far as your home goes, have you seen any damage to your neighborhood?
No, I'm probably 35 miles away, and we did have a tornado spotted coming towards Garland, Texas. The only thing I can see out is a lot of brush. You know, your norm, when wind blows really hard, it blows junk, just trash all over. But it don't seem to have any damage here. And I really haven't even checked the whole house, but everything seems to be intact.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. We're glad that you're doing okay. And again, thanks for joining us there. Take care out there in the Dallas area.
Well, thank you.
Well, that damage may be hundreds of miles away, but the destruction from those storms and tornadoes has left some passengers stranded at Midland International tonight.
Flights to and from Dallas have either been canceled or delayed or diverted, leaving many passengers wondering what's next.
Anieli Ruiz is standing by live at the Midland International Airport with an update on the situation. Anieli.
Crystal and David, I'm at the Midland International Airport where several flights have been delayed and some have even been canceled. Now, here's what we know from the flights here in Midland. Four flights from American Airlines have been canceled for today, and 6 Southwest flights have been delayed. Now, passengers here are having a hard time, and they're having to deal with all the headaches to trying to find their way back home.
Well, they told me that my connecting flight to Dallas was canceled, and the flight from Dallas to Detroit was canceled, so they can get me out tomorrow afternoon to get to Dallas, and then Thursday to get from Dallas to Detroit. So I basically have to scramble through other airlines to try and find a way to get back home.
This passenger was able to get a flight through Houston and Continental for $600 just to get back home tomorrow. Now, here's what we know about the flights in Dallas. Southwest canceled 45 flights and delayed others. American Airlines canceled 230 flights and diverted other flights to other airports. Now, they are inspecting their planes for any kind of hail damage. Now, of course, stay with News West 9 for any new developments. Live in Midland, Anieli Ruiz, News West 9.
Well, thanks, Anieli. And of course, Tom has been tracking that storm system as it made its way through the Dallas area this afternoon.
Well, at least it's moving away from the Dallas area, but that flight situation is still pretty sticky. So let's check in with him for more on that. And also here in West Texas, things pretty quiet, Tom.
Yes, as we look at the Storm Tracker 9 live Doppler this afternoon across West Texas and southeast of Mexico, not much happening out there. Different story, though, east of Dallas. This is where we're seeing the severe thunderstorms, some tornadic storms now lining up east of Paris, between Paris and Texarkana there on Interstate 30, down towards areas just north and northwest of Tyler. We do have some severe thunderstorms, and this line continues down towards the Cameron area, east of Waco and Temple, and down in towards central portions of Texas. But again, Dallas-Fort Worth starting to clear out, as you're actually seeing some clearing skies in the Fort Worth area as thunderstorms push off to the east. But this is a severe weather threat area across northeast Texas again. So far, north of Tyler, west of Texarkana at the present time, but numerous tornado warnings are in effect in these locations. Doppler radar into motion, showing you over the past few hours this line of storms marching off to the east, but it's these storms that are popping up out ahead of the main line of storms are the ones you watch for tornadoes. That's what happened across the Dallas-Fort Worth area before that line rolled through. You can see that line now extends, a squall line of storms from northeast Texas all the way down to the Austin area, too. So if you're flying down towards Austin, they've experienced a couple of delays as some thunderstorms are passing close by. West Texas, we're on the dry side of all this. A west to northwest wind sustained up to 20 miles an hour with gusts close to 30 miles an hour plus in a few locations. And low humidity levels, all leading to an elevated to high fire danger, especially here to the Trans-Pecos mountain areas this afternoon, as we are seeing those cooler temperatures roll in. 60s today across southeast of Mexico, lower 70s currently for Odessa and Midland. So we are expecting a chilly night in the forecast. We'll see those temperatures start off about 71.